Marvel got caught up in a marketing scheme, marketing specifically to comic book collectors and using gimmicks to sell more books. One tactic Marvel used was releasing the same comic with multiple different covers with the intent of forcing collectors to buy each version. Another thing they did was they individually bagged each comic in an effort to make collectors buy two of the same comic, one to read and one to collect and leave unopened. As a result, Marvel lost a lot of its readers. Another ethical issue at Marvel involves the topic of creator ownership. Many writers at Marvel have filed lawsuits against the company because they don't receive any rights to the content or the characters they create. Marvel maintains that writers and artists are hired contractors and that everything they create while working at Marvel is Marvel's property. This has led to anger among fans of popular creators over how they are treated at Marvel and has lost them some customers in the past. Marvel is a privately owned company that is currently a subsidiary of Walt Disney Co. Marvel takes advantage of the principle of supply and demand in its comic book business through collector and limited edition comics. Because of the lower supply for these products, Marvel is able to charge more for them than with standard comics. With its movie business, Marvel uses the idea of demand to decide when to release movies. There are typically more moviegoers during breaks when people are off school or taking vacations from work. This is why so many of Marvel's movies are released during the summer. Privately owned company under Disney and was acquired in 2009 for $4 billion. As a result, Marvel isn't publicly traded, but Disney is. Disney, with ticker symbol DIS, has about 1.49 billion shares outstanding and a market capitalization of about $164 billion. Its stock price as of July 19, 2018 is $112.13 per share.
Marvel Entertainment's official board made 3 key strategic decisions in order for Marvel to grow in a good way. The first decision they made was to expand any international presence, and they would replace representation firms and high commissions with their own hand-picked people. The second decision, possibly following their first decision, they would self-produce some animated TV shows in order for Marvel characters to be shown in front of a global audience in between movie releases. And finally, the third decision they made was to raise $525 million in funding and launched Marvel's in-house movie studio back in 2005. For the marketing and business strategy, Marvel had to consolidate and reorganize the entertainment division to be able to cooperate with any properties or platforms. This led to Marvel being able to do brand collaborations, like how, for instance, they worked Coca-Cola and 2 of the characters, the Hulk and Ant-Man, for a Super Bowl commercial. This led to Marvel being able to do much as collaborations they could, that it's been embraced as an extension to not only the entertainment division itself, but the whole Marvel company itself. And other than that, that's what it's called brand integrations, and that led to a huge change for their marketing business strategy overall.
According to a panel at Forrester's Forum for Marketing Leaders, brands that market through social media need to focus on creating overall authenticity and positive image throughout multiple channels. One of the panel members mentioned that this is an opportunity to get engaged with fans, develop a deeper understanding of what motivates them, and grow loyalty towards their brands. An example of this was when Robert Downey Jr. was appointed to share exclusive clips of the film, behind-the-scenes pictures, and create hashtags of the upcoming movie The Avengers Age of Ultron on the Marvel's official Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages. While Marvel Entertainment faced bankruptcy in the late 1990s, CEO Peter Cornell from 1999 to 2003 was in charge of its turnaround. Peter Cornell teamed up with Ike Perlmutter, who was a power player in the toy industry, and used up $3 million of his own money to pay for whatever necessities they needed for the company. During the time, Marvel maintained a very low headcount of approximately 250 employees, all full-time. And in order to save the company about $500,000 annually, Peter Canale served as both Chief Executive and Chief Financial Officer for about 2 years during the turnaround phase. He mentioned that this would allow him to stay close to the numbers and follow the details of their progress during the critical early stages of Marvel's turnaround.
Entertainment is an effective organization because they maintain a headcount of about 250 employees. Peter Kunta, who was a chief executive officer in 1999, who was brought in by Isaac Permuter, said, "I served as both the chief executive and chief financial officer for about 2 years during the turnaround phase. Marvel was burdened with a $250 million high-yield debt with 11 million shares of preferred stock. The board of directors knew that they had to conserve cash and it would be a risk to create new content, so they focused on what the public was used to. Spider-Man, The Incredible Hulk, and Captain America. Within 4 years, the high-yield debts were retired and the preferred shares were converted to common shares." Here's an image of Stanley, the chairman emeritus, Isaac Permuter, the current chairman and current CEO, Dan Buckley, the president, and Joe Quesada, the CCO. In 1996, Marvel Films became Marvel Studios and Isaac Permuter's role in the company increased. Under his new leadership, Marvel Studios began working to bring a number of characters to screen. Previously, the rights of many of these characters were sold off. On the right here, you're going to see Mary Sprouse, current VP in HR at Marvel Entertainment, with 31 years of experience in her position.
The motivational process for the employees mostly includes assurance of the benefits that are given to them and how their employees really care for them. For example, the employees are typically paying a significant percentage of their employees' health insurance premiums and how they get treated equally as they were on a high position.
Hey man, I'm Quok, and I just want to say thanks for watching.